Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Rick again. I'm here 3 November 2019, giving my recap for NCAA football, as well as rehashing out my my NFL picks for this weekend. Let's get started. It was a great way to start off my first videos. I went 4-1 for the weekend in college football. Buffalo did exactly what I said. They stopped the run. They held them to, I want to say, 38 yards rushing, 38 yards on the ground. Forced them to throw the ball, and they couldn't get anything done. Eastern Michigan couldn't get anything done. So Buffalo really handedly covered the spread. I gave it out at +2. It closed around Buffalo -1.5, -2, and they ended up winning 29-7, I think. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I know they covered. Wake Forest, NC State. My first video, I was leaning NC State. Then I started looking into it and decided I liked the under better, and it slid barely under the total. The total I gave out was under 60. We cashed. Ended up being, I think, 44-10, 54. So one more touchdown and it would have killed us. But Wake Forest took their foot off the gas and just ran out that last quarter and stopped NC State. NC State couldn't get anything going. I don't know what I saw in NC State, but they did not look good in that game at all. I'm glad I changed my mind to the total. Marshall. I had them power rated -20, 21. It opened up -10.5 for Marshall on the road in Rice, and I ended up betting it at -11. I think it closed -12. Either way, we had the best of the number, we had the value, and they won by 13. So we had the right side there. Oregon State, from beginning to end, had the cover. Basically ran all over, passed all over Arizona or U of A. I didn't get to watch all the game because I was watching other games and I was looking at the score on my phone. But Oregon State handled them pretty easily. Cashed +5.5. I think it closed somewhere around 4. It opened up +6.5. I lost 1 point of value, but hey, they won outright. I said they're hungry for a bowl game, or at least to get bowl eligible. And then my one irrational pick that I picked with my heart instead of with my head lost. Surprise, surprise. Florida +4.5. Georgia was never really in doubt in that game. Even if somehow Florida did come back and cash this ticket for us, Georgia was the right side. Georgia definitely handled them on the road. They definitely were ready for this game. Florida didn't look bad. Penalties killed them. I know the first half the penalties were destroying them. They didn't look awful. They just looked weaker matched. They were the weaker opponent in this game, and Georgia handled it. Lesson learned. But all in all, let's see, I think it was we're up 3.7 units if you flat bet across the board. No. Look, 2.3 units. I wrote it down here, but I've lost it. Either way, 4-1 is a good weekend. Yeah, I can't promise 4-1 every weekend. There's going to be weekends where you probably might lose every game. There's going to be some weekends where you go 3-2, 2-3, 4-1. But hopefully we get these 4-1 weekends a lot more often than anything else. On to the NFL. I gave out 2 plays in my NFL video earlier this week. Buffalo, Washington under 37. If you didn't lock it in yet, you can still get 37s out there. Let me check the lines. The under 37 you can get without juice. In fact, you get a bargain. No. Let me change this up here. It's what I hate about getting these games later in the week, because you never know where those lines are going to move and where the juice is going to go. Close that out. Totals. All right. You can find it without too much juice. You can find it minus 105 at 5 dimes, Heritage minus 105. Find it at under 37 minus 110. So there's available 37s out there, favorable positions to take on this game. And I'm not sure what's going on in Vegas. I'm not there right now. So I haven't been keeping up with what the Westgate or any of those books are doing right now. Anyway, still take Buffalo if you didn't already. I gave out a 3-team 10-point teaser, which I know sounds really square, and especially since it's my first NFL week doing videos, I'm giving out a teaser, and it sounds like a real square kind of move. But here's what I do. Well, the teaser I gave out, 49ers pick'em. Too late to do it already because they already played on Thursday. They scraped by a field goal, I think, against the Cardinals. So it was a good thing we took them down to pick'em. Titans plus 14, and Bills took them down to pick'em. So I don't just randomly throw teasers out there. I go online. I haven't seen 10-point teasers at the sports books in Vegas, but online you can get the 10-pointers. And I think for a 3-teamer, you're only laying minus 130, which isn't bad for a 10-point teaser. My criteria, it's got to meet all 3 of these. The total under 45. I like there to be the lines to be tight. Like, so if the total's under 45, I can expect that spread to be a lot closer than if the total was, say, like 55. And especially if it's 55 and the favorite's minus 3, because there can be a huge disparity in that a lot of fluctuation there. I expect less of it whenever the total's 45 or under. I have to go through the key numbers, so I'm taking 10.5 down to minus a half. I'm taking minus 110 down to minus 1/2, or I'm taking like a 1-point dog up over 10. So I'm going through the 3, the 7, and the 10. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense, or you shouldn't be betting right now. But 3, 7, and in a 10-point teaser, you can get through the 10, which makes it even safer. And don't go through 0. Now, I'm not going to sit here and preach like I never do it, but it'll be like it was minus 9.5, and I took it to plus 1.5, plus half, a half point. I can forgive you there, but I don't want to take a 7.5 favorite and take them all the way down to plus, what would it be, plus 2.5? Yeah, plus 2.5. You don't want to go through 0 because it won't land on a tie, so you're losing value there. So those are the 3 things: under 45, get through the key numbers, and don't tease through 0. Square as teasers are, that's the sharpest way to do a teaser, in my opinion. Anyway, on to the pick that I haven't given out yet. I am taking Indy on the road in Pittsburgh, plus 1. You can find pick'ems out there, juiced, or you can find plus ones without a lot of juice. But that is my pick. I am giving, as of my official pick, Indy plus 1, because you can get them. You can get Indy plus 1 right now in Pittsburgh. Here's what it comes down to. All right, T.Y. Hilton's down. He's not playing this weekend. But neither is James Conner for Pittsburgh. We have an Indy team that's won unexpected games all season. On the road, they beat Kansas City. On the road, they beat Houston. This team isn't messing around. Pittsburgh's defense is missing some key players. They haven't been performing up to my expectations. I mean, they gave up 2 touchdowns to the Dolphins the other day in the first quarter. They got the rookie quarterback, Mason Rudolph, who I'm really familiar with because I'm a Big 12 guy, and he was one of my rivals for a while. He's a good serviceable quarterback, but I don't think he's. I mean, he kind of got thrown into the pit there. He's not ready to go out and win big games, and this is a big game. I think Indy goes in there and gets the win and the cover. Official pick, Indy +1. So I hope you've enjoyed my first week of videos. I will be hopefully tomorrow, as soon as I see NCAA football lines come out, I'm going to be all over those bad boys, and I'll be looking for good spots, be looking at my power ratings and seeing some value out there. Good question. If anyone actually is watching this video, with who's it? Maryland and Ohio State, how many points would you be willing to lay with Ohio State? I don't know what the line is going to be yet, but how many points would you be willing to lay? I would lay 31, 32. Easy. I don't see how Maryland scores a point. I don't think I would if there was a side bet I could make, I would bet Maryland does not score a point against Ohio State. But I don't know if that one's going to make my card. I haven't seen the line yet. I don't know what the value's at. There's probably not going to be much value on there because everyone knows how good Ohio State is this year. But I hope someone watched this video. I hope you tune in for next week, week 11 in college football, and week 10. It's already week 10 in NFL next week. Wow. My NFL games next week. And, man, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like me, you hate me, whatever. Let me know you're there. All right. Thanks.